Tira que você copiou completo, mas não é pra mim,
culture, element, and the pursuit of happiness. They are in a savage state, having lost the knowledge of self.
Please go in the street.
B2, B3 downstairs. We're walking downstairs, heading to the streets. Okay, stay in the streets. We'll either be taking the first three or the last three subway cars down, depending on how large your group are. Right now, it's important that everybody stay together. Don't spread out on the subway.
Can everybody hear me now? I'm sorry about that. I'm just asking that everybody who's over here, please, if you're going to the rally today, we need to begin to assess how many numbers we have. I really need you to stand in the street if you're going to the rally. It depends. See, because downtown there's
Because they real cancer, we're going to start 11 because they didn't.
well, I mean, I don't want to pay by itself.
No, we're taking it.
All are on the same page. The way that we're going to go today is there are more students coming at 11 o'clock. The first group of people will begin to leave at 11 o'clock to go down to the World Trade Center. I hope we have at least 6 times the number of people out here, because I know this isn't the only people who are not with the tuition increase. So we're expecting a lot more people to come out today. When we go, there will be a group leader, people in front and people in back. Please only take the last 3 cars of the subway so we can stay together. Believe there will be a lot of police out there today. Probably over 3,000 or 4,000 police out there today. Believe every time I've been to a rally, they've been ready. So you really don't want to be separated. You need to stay together with Hunter College when we march. Always march behind a banner, one of the banners that's out here. Do not get separated, please. We're going to begin to leave at 11 o'clock. The first team of people will go down with the behind a banner, take the last 3 cars of the subway downtown to the World Trade Center. The second group of people will go about 11:30.
And we're getting in free, right?
The subway now.
People don't have tokens?
No, you should talk to them. We should be able to get in there free.
They should open the gate.
Otherwise, a lot of these people are going to leave.
Let me tell you, I am with you and I hear you. If I had the pull to get everybody on the subway free, I'd make sure your education was free. I don't know if I have that pull. I can't promise anything, but let me suggest that you get tokens now. Let me suggest you get tokens now if you don't have tokens. Anyone who does not have a token, we can get tokens now. If you have no money, we'll pass the hat and we'll do a little fundraising. We have leaders going down. No one's going to go down the line. Yeah, but just for people. The Church Street side, but everybody knows where that is. Because I know we came out here 89, we was out there in 90. So you know where that is, right in front of the fountain at the World Trade Center? It's called the Plaza.
Hi, I'm Richard Barrickman in the Department of English. It looks like most people out there now are students, but the faculty staff support statement, which opposes all budget cuts, tuition hikes, praises the students' courage and leadership in this movement, calls for amnesty for all students and so forth. That statement is signed by over 200 people in an ad hoc effort in 3 days. So a lot of your faculty and staff members who are not here are going to be there. We've got the banners. There is strong support and it's building. So I want you to know that this is a united movement, faculty and staff in total solidarity. We've all been hurt. In the department that I'm in, we've lost 9 full-time faculty lines so far not to be replaced. In 5 years, we've taken a 20% cut. We're teaching 20% more students during that time. Everybody's hurt. The faculty staff support statement is very clear, and we think there are going to be lots of faculty and staff people down at the rally.
We should be mindful of is that a lot of campuses that are going to be out there today, a lot of schools shut down their whole building, and so it's going to be hard for them to mobilize, which is why I think it's very important that Hunter College, that did not shut down its whole campus, gets down there in large numbers, and when we're down there, make the most noise. So my feeling is this: we should start getting fired up now. You know, my thing is like, yo, if they're raising your tuition increase, if they're raising your it should be free tuition. You have a right to make noise 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year until they do the right thing. So I'm saying this, I'm fired up. I can't take no more. I'm fired up. I can't take no more. I can't hear anybody in there. I can't hear anybody in there. I can't hear you in there. I can't hear you. You can't take no more. I'm fired up. I can't take no more. I'm fired up. I can't take no more. I'm fired up. Hold up. You know, it annoys me. We've been out here about 2 weeks now doing rallies. Don't y'all know how to chant yet? And numbers, how do we expect to be united as students, faculty, and staff if we can't even chant together? So we're going to try it again. Are we ready? Yeah! Okay, we'll try a different chant. Education is a right. Fight, fight, fight. Education is a right. Fight, fight, fight. Education is a right. Fight, fight, fight. Hold up. Hold up. You know, I can see everybody. Hold up. I can see everybody standing over here. And I'll tell you this, I'm going on about an hour and a half sleep. And if I have the energy to stand over there, y'all who all went home last night and slept in your bed. For us to be able to gauge our numbers, that if you are going to the rally, please stand in the street. We need to be able to see how many people are going so no one gets lost, no one gets separated. For safety's sake, if you are going to the rally, please stand in the street now. Please stand in the street. You know, I've been in a lot of places and talked to a lot of people, a lot of students, and whenever I get the response, and they say, well, Cal, I don't know why you out there. You know that's not going to do nothing. You know they're not going to change nothing. It's ridiculous. It's a waste of time. They'll just send in police anyway. I want to say this. Last week, our feeling was that on the 24th, there needed to be a general student strike because nobody should be in school, nobody should be going to work. This needed to be no business as usual today until they do the right thing by the people of this state, particularly the people who go to CUNY. You know that as of Monday, President Leclerc issued an open line, which granted amnesty to all people participating, leaving their classes, leaving anything having to do with the cause, and coming out here today. Let me tell you something. That's power. In the 3 years I've been involved in this, I have never seen a president willingly call for the suspension of classes. And that's what y'all did by being out here on a regular basis.
I
Holding it? No. Occupying it?
I mean, too late. How you doing? Hey, everything more. Me too. That's what they have. Here we are.
Does everybody who's out here right now have a token? Can I see hands of people who don't have a token? Can I see the hands of people who don't have enough money to get a token? If you don't have enough money to get a token, can you come see me, please? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Many times I didn't know $1.15 either. Job market is tight. Minimum wage is the general wage.
We're not taking buses.
This is the way we are moving, and it's very important. I can't stress this enough. When we move, you have got to move together as a whole. We're going to be taking the last 3 cars of the subway only. I don't care what other forms of transportation you are. Today, Hunter College is taking the subway. We're getting off. We're getting off the World Trade Center. We just got another donation of tokens. And that's the way we're going to go. If we get separated, I just am really fearful of what can happen if we don't move together as a whole. That's all I'm saying. I've been down there when there's been 3,000 police and 300 students. It's not fun. It's not fun at all, and they're out there and right here. There's another donation of a token. Look at this, all these donations of tokens. I think, you see, this is the way we're really supposed to work. I think I got more tokens than people asked for. And that's the way it's supposed to work. So let me ask again. Is there anybody, thank you, who needs a token, who doesn't have money? Does anybody need a token? Anybody else, just raise your hand.
You don't hear anything now?
You don't hear anything? No. Yeah, it's only coming from one.
Can you hear it now? Okay. Tell me when you're rolling.
I'm ready.
Excuse me. This is my opportunity. You're on camera. Why are you here?
We're here because these students deserve an education.
What are these budgets? What does the budget cuts mean to the future education of working class students?
Are you in? Is this really an interview? Is this a test?
Yes, this is a test.
I'm not prepared. Well, I think it's going to turn Hunter and all the city university into a version of the state university, which is to say, an institution for middle-class kids who couldn't get into more prestigious and exclusive colleges and universities, and in effect disenfranchise poor students from an education, except those who are the most, willing to sacrifice everything to go to college. I mean, it's back to, you sacrifice everything to go to school. It's something that you you absolutely have to struggle for, instead of recognizing the reality, which is that it's a credential without which you can't even get a decent job, and therefore it has to be seen as a right. What the students are fighting for, education is a right, is the basic motto of this. It's to transform the meaning of college education into something that, like public school education, has to be granted to people so that they can be secure in their lifetimes in this society.
Why is this happening now at CUNY?
Because of the governor's threat to cut $92 million from the budget.
But why didn't this happen in the 30s when the country was in a terrible depression?
Well, it was free. I mean, there wasn't a threat. I mean, why didn't they?
How were they able to, in the 30s, maintain the mission of CUNY, which was really a public service?
Right. No, that's a good question. And it isn't that they aren't able to now. It's that the priorities were different. The priorities were really different then. And there was a stronger sense, I think, of education as something valuable in this city, given the labor constituencies that built the idea of the city university, you know. There was a whole different ethos, but we're coming on the back of, nearly, 12 years of Reagan-Bushism that has undermined that fundamental idea. It wasn't even socialist, it wasn't welfare state, it was just about democracy. And that's been really undermined, I think, in the last 12 years, and we're starting back from, about 1960.
Are there a lot of faculty here, and do you think the faculty is behind the students, or maintaining and fighting for CUNY to be a school for all people?
I think most faculty support that idea very much.
I think most faculty at Hunter are here at Hunter because these students are here at Hunter, and that there really is a tremendous connection and an important one, and that if the faculty isn't out on the street, I'm sorry.
I'm actually looking around, though, and seeing a gradually increasing number of faculty and staff people here in the crowd. It's not just students. There are quite a number. It's hard to estimate. But I do know of quite a few faculty members who've canceled their classes today, who want to show support. They're not coming on the demonstration, but they are supportive.
My last question is, a lot of people are saying, do you want to get closer? CUNY and the fact that it's being allowed to deteriorate has a lot to do with the fact that the racial composition of CUNY has changed. How do you respond to that evaluation, that summary of what's been happening?
My name is Richard Barrickman. I'm acting chair of the English department. I think that's absolutely correct. CUNY was a free tuition university from 1824 to 1976. Open admissions occurred in 1970 when there was a radical and a wonderful change in the complexion of CUNY and the ethnic mix. Tuition was imposed in 76 after open admissions, I think in direct response to it. Since that time, the tuition has steadily increased. What's important for this year is that for the worst hit student, tuition would increase by $1,100. $1,100 is an 88% tuition increase. For the least hit student, the least damaged student, the increase is $700 in 1 year, which is about a 58% increase. That will mean, in effect, that open admissions is substantially curtailed, if not ended. It will mean that we have much less of the diversity of this college, of this system that we all prize, and I think that's not just a loss for CUNY and the city, but for the whole United States. The United States is not going to be after the year 2000 primarily a white country. We are a diverse country of many colors and creeds. This system is educating people for leadership positions of the future. I think it is absolutely short-sighted and cynical and destructive of Governor Cuomo and the legislature to be considering such a cut at this time.
My other question is, how do we, as faculty, keep working here with the kind of erosion going on inside, the guttering out of the CUNY system? How do you propose that we do it?
Well, the first thing I propose is that we do what we're doing now, and not just once. That we protest directly, that we make ourselves heard, that we get media attention, that we make it clear that we're not just going to sit passively for another wave of cuts. CUNY has suffered 15% budget cuts in the last 3 years. In my department, the English department, of which I'm acting chair now, we've lost 9 faculty, full-time faculty lines, not to be replaced under the present system in the past 5 years, a 20% cut. So what we have to do is this action first, and then there's a citywide mobilization of all the human services, including CUNY being cut next Tuesday at 4 o'clock in the World Trade Center, this kind of action. But then after this, if we get the budget cuts ended, if we get some restoration of funds, then I think we have to have a lobbying effort, a political action effort, continuing to let people know what sort of damage is being done and to keep this kind of onslaught from happening. Because I would rather be teaching classes today. I would rather the library weren't closed. I would rather CUNY could function as normal, but it hasn't functioned normally for at least 4 or 5 years.
I am Yafa Schlesinger. I've been at Hunter College for more than 20 years. Yes. I joined this community because the City University had a commitment to the urban population which we serve. It used to be a free college with free tuition. The way colleges went, we closed the door before those who cannot afford tuition. This is the only avenue for them to get out of poverty. I believe that America makes its best investment in education, and it is much cheaper to keep them in college than to keep them in jail. But in moral commitment, we just owe it to them. And it's only a question of priorities. I would like to remind you that the president announced that education is one of his major agenda. We are too.
Thank you. Excuse me. Ms. Carter, get to an interview with for CUNY Television by Labor at the Crossroads. For CUNY Television?
No, I don't know. You sure you want to do that?
Well, I'll do my best. Okay? If you don't have any objections. This is Robert Carter. He's the special assistant to the president, and he is also the affirmative action officer here at Hunter College. And Mr. Carter, what I'd like to know is how do you feel about the students' presence out here today, and if you are in support of the students here today?
Oh yes, unambiguous. I think it's good that they're out here. I think probably more should be out, trying to demonstrate in peaceful and legal ways their opposition to the budget cuts, to the tuition increase, to a range of other potential consequences from the proposed budget that we don't even know yet. I have no doubts at all that it's a good thing that they register their protests about this.
How do you feel about the position that President Leclerc has taken?
Well, as you know, I work directly with the president, and as a matter of policy, the president's position has been, if I can repeat it, that he is supportive of the students' effort to hold down tuition. In fact, I, along with the president and students, went to Albany and just behalf of holding down tuition increase, restoration of TAP, and demanding indeed that we get a more rational budget for this community. The president's position also is that he's opposed to the illegal act on this campus, but he has not made that the point of his stance in this community. His stance has over and over been to say that he supports the students' right not only to protest, but hope for some success in protesting the cuts. I don't think you can realistically expect that the president will endorse acts that he believes to be illegal. Be that as it may, I think the students have made their argument, taken their stand, and I applaud them in that.
Okay, particular acts that are illegal, such as the closing and taking of the East Building and the closing of the library, where students don't have access to the library, and as well administrative offices have been closed.
That's correct.
Along with a disruption of administration processes such as personnel and payroll and so forth.
That's correct. I think that's the sticking point, not only between administration and students on this campus, but also between and among some students. And I think you can have differences of opinion about the relative success or failures of those tactics, and people do differ. But I think at some point you have to simply state where you stand. And I've tried to articulate my stand on this community. I think the president his, and I think no one is confused about what that stand is. They may disagree with it, and I think that's all you can do. You have to say what you stand for, articulate that, and try to fight for that. And I think incidentally that's what the students have done, even those who are in the building.
Do you think that this this rally today is an effective way of making the voices heard, of making the numbers known, for faculty and staff to come out here and support the students is something that we ought to be doing to rally behind them, and that by going downtown it will make an effective change towards the policy that the governor has in terms of making decisions about the budget cuts?
Well, I have to hope so. I have to hope so, because to this point I don't see anything that has yet made a difference, and yet it may be. We may not just know what's going on in Albany. But the students make a point when they say we've tried all the normally approved and usual means.
By the letter writing campaign and telephones.
The telephones, and they're going to Albany lobbying the legislators. So that I think this is a way that may hopefully be effective, and even if it's not, we can't predict that in advance, and thus they must try. It certainly is a legal means of doing it, and let's hope that the governor and people around CUNY are both listening, sympathetic, and I think that's their policy. I think they've said that, but are also willing to do something to see if we can get some movement, not only on continuing classes and completing a semester. These are important objectives. Also on perhaps talking to the legislators and to the governor in ways that would allow us not to be at the same juncture year in and year out. We need a budget process that is both rational and humane, and that respects the aspiration of higher education and people's right to it. That's what I'd like to see. Whether all that comes out of this or all these efforts, I don't really know. I'm just hopeful, and I lend my little bit of support to it.
Thank you.
Quite welcome. Good.
I know.
Mike Fanya.
Tell them to chant down there.
So you can't see the behind the scenes, they're on the left side. You can see in the front.
They're on the other side.
What is this on the left side?
Three cars. I don't know why they're going to the front.
Because they want the first 3 cars.
Everyone's the first 3. Okay, it's the first 3 then.
Nancy's coming now?
Okay, wait. You getting the train?
Get a strap. Get a strap. Get a pole. Everyone's really excited.
Hold my back.
It's just a minute tape. How many tapes do you have? No. You got extra batteries and cameras and tape? Oh, damn it. How?
What do you want?
Come on, do it again.
I made it a parking and then he came back real smart and I was like, no, hey, ho, ho, Cuomo's got to go. Hey, 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 hey, ho, ho, Cuomo's got to go.
Francis is doing recognition. Climb behind your granny.
I got it.
press it to this. Okay, now press it. No. Wait. Get to this. Get to this. Then, press it down until it stabilizes. No. Wait a minute. Okay. Just let that go.
Does it matter?
Okay, there you go. Come on. Where do you go?
Put her up. You want to take it now?
No, don't take it.
No, you want to take it now?
No, it's okay.
All right.
You're not recording, are you?
Yeah.